Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Hit the like button, subscribe, make sure the bell notifications are turned on. Big and Postecoglou, he was broken by Arsenal yesterday. The worry, the concern, the fear, the anger, it has all come to the fore. He has been broken. For some people, they're saying the mask has slipped. Always a man of, let the referees do what they got to do. Always being nice to journalists. Always acting as though he doesn't have a care in the world. But with a horrendous run of form since about December 2023. Can't keep a clean sheet. Three I add. Home. North London derbies on the bounce in defeat. 2 of them, of course, at his hands. He is starting to crack. Now take a listen to this interaction.
You said at the start of the season, the first campaign really about setting principles, getting your message across. The second campaign, you normally win. Are you seeing enough in this side that this season you do think that they will be a side that can win? I'm talking silverware.
Yeah, absolutely.
Competing right at the top.
Am I going to answer the question or are you going to keep asking it? No, absolutely not.
So there you see him snapping. Now, in fairness, the journalist probably didn't need to clarify, but was clearly picking up on, I know he just lost the game, but he's being quite dismissive, the way his head's down, he's looking a little bit confused, and all that this lady has tried to do is clarify. But instead, again, we see this so often with managers, the way he has just spoken to her is an abomination. It's an absolute abomination. The pressure has got to him, he has snapped, and this is crazy. It's amazing content, but it's crazy, it is out of order, and it is very, very, very unprofessional indeed.
I think I'll correct myself. I don't usually win things. I always win things in my second year.
And that's a big claim now. He is guaranteeing a trophy this season. Not next year, not the year after this season. He is guaranteed this Spurs team will win. That is big, big pressure.
Nothing's changed.
And you're confident you can do that with this side? You're seeing enough?
Well, I just said it now, so I don't say things unless I believe them.
And again, the journalist has sort of said, so you 100% believe in this group of players. And this is where I'm going to defend the media. And I don't do this that often, but I will. We always moan when they misrepresent what somebody has said. At the same time, we can't complain when they look for absolute clarity, so their words cannot be twisted. But yet they get responses like that. And I think it's a responsibility of both sides. But Ange Postecoglou here showing that he's broken after what Mikel Arteta and Arsenal did to him again. But what really stood out to me as well is this. This was on Sky Sports, talking about the claims that he has just made. Take a little listen here.
I think, Merce, as a neutral, do you think Spurs have got a chance? He says he can win
We. See what Redknapp said there? We.
a trophy this year.
I like Ange. I like him. But I've got more chance of winning Strictly.
I've seen...
Look at Jamie. Look at Jamie's face. Look at Jamie's face when he says that. Watch. Look at Jamie's face. But it is true. But maybe it isn't. I've seen some of Mercy's dance moves. He ain't winning no Strictly. But honestly, Spurs, I wouldn't be surprised if they go out of the Carabao Cup this week. They have got little to no chance of winning a trophy because of the way they approach games. And the way they've set up, the way they operate is a real big problem here. Just as, and I can't wait to play this, it's a really interesting video. Listen to this caller on TalkSport speak about it. And this is really, really important to bring that home.
Well, GJ is joining us. He's a Spurs fan. He's called 03717 223344. Good evening, G.
How you doing, guys? You right?
Yeah, good.
I'm frustrated, my friend. You know, I'm a fellow Spurs fan, so we can have therapy together, mate. Was you at the game?
Nah, I'm packing for a golf holiday. I'm flying out tomorrow.
Well, at least you've got something to look forward to after that, so you can just take the stress away on the course. What did you make of today's game, mate?
Well, you know, it's just like, I've been saying it for months about, you know, Ange Imposter No Clue. He's
Imposter No Clue.
a fraud. He's been figured out. We've seen it for months, right? Mm-hmm. I call him the Australian Aussie Ardiles, basically the Aussie, because he's just got crazy all-out tactics, which are so easy to soak up and counter. And
I have to agree with this. I understand that Levy and co haven't bought him the best players, but they have spent a lot of money. but his system is still a problem in this. And I don't think it's, as a Man United fan for years, I've sat there and said, look, just sacking managers isn't going to fix us. And I agree with that when it comes to Tottenham. Just sacking Ange doesn't make Tottenham a better team overnight. However, that doesn't allow Postecoglou to escape the clear flaws in his game. He's not playing Ross County. He's not playing, I don't need Dundee United or Partick Thistle. This is the Premier League. One of the best, if not the best league in Europe, one of the best in the world, where unless you have the best squad by country mile, you have to adapt and you have to change. And he's being found out. He's absolutely being found out. Spurs fans are calling it. The media is still a little bit hesitant too. I'm not surprised. Remember the headlines a year ago? This guy could be the new Fergie. My word, that would be crazy. Also on yesterday's game, obviously, make sure you're with us on the top 6 p.m. today. It's going to be an amazing show. Cannot wait to bring that to you. This made me laugh because for years, Simon Jordan has been someone, and I'm one of the reasons I want Man United to improve. I want Man United to become a better team. They're my football club. I love them. I want us back at the top. But the way the media treat Man United, we push back and fight back. But until you're winning football matches, until you're winning major trophies again, you're always open to it. But Simon Jordan has shat on Arsenal's progression and growth for the past couple of years. At every single opportunity, you can hear the bitterness, the hatred, the fear coming out. Listen to his take. Listen to his take after they won their third straight North London derby.
They have the ability to go all the way with City this year.
When I see 3 little emojis of the little man snoozing, did you think it was a bit of a bore fest?
I did, yeah.
That was on your Twitter feed, wasn't it?
I did. I thought it was a bit of a bomb. But then I'd watch games over the weekend like Everton versus Aston Villa that were exciting and entertaining games. I didn't think this was particularly that. But what I thought it was a very savvy performance from Arsenal.
So instead of tweeting how savvy it was and you know what Arsenal did was great, he still went with, it was a bore fest, you stunk the house out. And do you know what I love about that? Is football isn't like boxing or even, you could maybe throw tennis in there as an example, but I want to break this down. Football isn't like those singular event sports where that game is all that matters. So I understand if you've hyped up Anthony Joshua versus Dubois and it ends up being a snooze fest, it's frustrating because you build up to it for 3 months, 6 months, the fight week comes, everybody's hyped, snooze fest. That isn't football. I said tennis is a little bit like it, but you've got the major tournaments and the players have to kind of navigate multiple games over 2 weeks. So you maybe don't get their best performances, most entertaining performances in all their matches. But football is so different to most other sports. It isn't on Arsenal to entertain Simon Jordan, me, you, anybody every single week. Their job is to try and win the league. And sometimes you can't be entertaining. You can't be too open. You have to be professional, savvy, and calculated to get the 3 points. Because if it wasn't a ball fest and it was open-ended, basketball match, and Arsenal lost 3-2, Simon Jordan would criticise them. He wouldn't praise it for being entertaining. He would say, so, yes, it was entertaining, but where has that got Arsenal? Arsenal have got to grow up. Arsenal have got to mature. But even though there is praise, it is a backhanded praise because it is through bated breath after already slagging the game off. And I enjoy seeing it. I love watching these individuals do this. It is hilarious to me. And I know what you guys were saying. Oh, Terry's glazing Arsenal again. He's a secret Arsenal fan. Remember, that is code for fucking hell, Terry's right, and I can't debunk him. And that's all that comes down to. If you can, come on our shows and tell me as to why. Doesn't make me an Arsenal fan. It means I look at the punditry and I'm calling it out. The same as people, some of you in the comments are going to call out my views and takes. And it isn't personal. It's just my view. That if Arsenal were entertaining yesterday and didn't win, they'd be slagged off. Essentially, when Arsenal are entertaining and they win, then they're told that they took too many risks. They celebrate when they win. They're told they're not mature. You know, they're more calm and collected. They're told they don't care. Whatever they do, the likes of Simon Jordan always go the opposite way. But the more consistent they become, the harder it is for them to attack them. And I just like seeing the dynamics of it personally. But look, as I say, Ange Postecoglou has been broken by Arsenal. You can see it in his face, in his eyes, in his demeanour. Big question marks ahead for Tottenham. We'll see you at 6 p.m. for the Top 6 show. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Peace.